So I've nearly finished knitting the first round. Just do the last few and then join to begin the second round. There's 2 more stitches and then I've managed to get myself a twist. It's not a proper stitch, it's just a twist. So I'll check and see that there aren't any more. Just level out the knitting all the way around and check that it hasn't got a twist in. And then we'll begin knitting into the front of the stitches for the second round. You can just start to make out, I'm getting the V's of stocking stitch on the side towards me, whereas the side away from me is showing purl bumps. A common problem is to knit in the round for a while and then go away, make a cup of tea or something, put your knitting down and come back to it, but begin again on the wrong side with the purl bumps facing you. It's very easily done, and all of a sudden the knitting looks back to front. So the thing to do when you re-pick up your knitting is always have a check that the working yarn is coming out of the stitch that you'd expect it to. And then you carry on knitting around. I'll just show you again how I hold my yarn in the right hand side for tension. Little finger goes underneath, hand loops around and grasps the wool over the third finger. As I knit, I pass it around with my third finger and use the tips of the fingers to move the yarn along. It's quite an inefficient way of knitting because with every stitch I let go of both needles. Hence when knitting on straight needles, I tuck them into my elbow. A continental knitter would have a much more efficient action with the yarn in their left and could still use the same hold, little finger underneath, grasp the wool and the needle. Just make sure to hook that wool over the top of the index finger. I'll go back to English now. And once you've got a fair bit of knitting to go at, you can get up a reasonable speed, even on the circular.